You have been lied to. The world has told you a story to keep you weak. A story that says success belongs to the lucky, that greatness is reserved for those born into wealth, into status, into the right connections. They whisper that if you did not start with advantage, you will never arrive at power, that fate is sealed, that you should settle. And you believed it. Yes, life is unfair. Some are born 10 steps ahead. Some inherit riches. Some inherit networks. But here's the truth no one dares to say aloud. Advantage without discipline rots into nothing. Talent without discipline fades into waste. Fortune without discipline collapses. History is littered with names of men who had everything and lost it because they lacked discipline. And history is also filled with names of men who began with nothing, but through discipline rose until the world could not look away. The man who believes success is luck never builds anything. He waits, he envies, he drifts, and he dies with nothing but excuses. The truth is sharper. The truth cuts deeper. The truth is this: success bows to one law, the law of discipline. Discipline is a great equalizer. The man who obeys it rises, no matter where he begins. The man who rejects it falls, no matter what he starts with. Motivation is a spark. Sparks die. Discipline is a fire that burns until the work is finished. Discipline is the reason some men rise early every day and lay brick upon brick while others sleep and dream of someday. The world does not reward talent. It rewards a man who shows up again and again, in storm and sun, in silence and in noise. The man who obeys his aim whether or not his feelings agree. That is the man who becomes unstoppable. That is the man who becomes a legend. Comfort is poison, yet it wears a mask of kindness. Everywhere you go, voices whisper, "Take it easy. You've done enough. Rest today, start tomorrow. One more distraction won't matter." And you believe them, because comfort sounds like care. But comfort is not care. Comfort is theft. Every time you obey it, another chain is fastened around your future. Another day is lost. Another opportunity is buried. Think back to last week. How many promises did you break to yourself? How many goals did you abandon halfway? How many hours dissolved into gossip, into scrolling, into nothing? Say the number out loud. Do not hide from it. The number is high. You know it. And you know those wasted hours are why you are not where you want to be. Society has trained you to worship motivation, to chase feelings instead of mastering law. You have been told to wait for the spark, the energy, the perfect alignment of mood before you act. But moods are liars. Feelings are weak rulers. Motivation is a wave that rises and falls. Build your life on waves, and you will drown. The brutal truth is this: winners are not motivated. Winners are disciplined. Motivation visits when it pleases. Discipline reports every day. Motivation asks, "Do I feel like it?" Discipline says, "I do it anyway." The lie is that you can drift into greatness. The truth is that without discipline, you drift only into mediocrity. The truth is simple. The truth is eternal. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Motivation is noise. Discipline is signal. Look at the farmer. He does not ask if he feels like planting before dawn. If he waited for motivation, his field would rot. He rises. He sows. He waters. Because discipline demands it. Look at the writer. Do you think masterpieces appear only on days of inspiration? No. They are carved out because the writer sits down daily, even when the words refuse to come. Look at the builder. The wall does not care about his mood. Brick by brick, he lays, whether the world cheers or mocks. Motivation is sparks and smoke. Discipline is steel and fire. The disciplined man is not ruled by feelings. He does not rise and fall with moods. He marches, relentless, unshakable. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not applause. It is not the cheer of the crowd. It is a quiet act of doing what must be done, again and again, until the world wakes up and calls you an overnight success. But there are no overnight successes. There are only men of discipline. Now I speak to you. You know discipline is missing in your life. You know it every morning you hit snooze. You know it when you say tomorrow and tomorrow never comes. You know it when you watch others rise and feel envy in your chest, because you know you could have risen too, had you obeyed discipline. How many projects have you started and abandoned? How many mornings have you broken promises to yourself? How many years have you lost waiting for the right time? Be honest. The number is not small, and yet you comfort yourself with a lie that activity is discipline. You sprint for 3 days, then collapse for 3 weeks. You burn bright in moments of excitement, then vanish when the feeling fades. You confuse a spark for a fire. But discipline is not a spark. Discipline is not a sprint. Discipline is a march. The steady, unbreakable march in one direction, step after step, every single day, without fail. That is the difference between the dreamer and the doer. The dreamer wishes. The doer obeys. You cannot rise by moods. You cannot conquer by comfort. You cannot build legacies on broken promises. So I ask you, will you remain a dreamer chained by feelings, or will you march as a doer bound by discipline? There is one law that ends the cycle of starting and quitting. One law that separates the drifter from the builder, the spectator from the conqueror. It is the law of discipline. Here is the law. Decide tonight what must be done. Do it tomorrow, whether you feel like it or not. Repeat this for 30 days without fail. That is all. No excuses. No delays. No negotiation with feelings. Do this, and you will no longer depend on motivation. You will have built something greater. You will have built a machine. The disciplined man is a machine. He rises whether or not he feels like it. He works whether or not the world applauds. He acts whether or not the day is easy. And the world bends to machines, because the man of discipline cannot be stopped. Ignore this law, and your life dissolves into drift. Obey it, and you will rise. Still doubt this law? Look at history. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb because he was motivated. He tested 10,000 failures. 10,000 days when the spark had gone, but the discipline remained. Henry Ford was mocked. Rivals built luxury cars while he clung to one model. But his discipline, not his inspiration, put the world on wheels. Abraham Lincoln faced insults daily. He was called weak, reckless, slow, hasty, often in the same week. Yet his discipline to hold to his aim, preserving the Union, made him one of history's greatest leaders. Rockefeller, Carnegie, Schwab, these men were not creatures of moods. They were creatures of discipline. They kept ledgers. They obeyed habits. They turned routine into empire. Discipline is not theory. It is law, proven in history. Now I give you the remedy. For 30 days, you will live under the law of discipline. The drill. 1. Tonight, write your chief aim. 1 sentence. Clear. Exact. 2. Each morning, before the world interrupts, perform 1 act that advances it. Just 1. 3. At noon, pause. Speak your aim aloud. Perform 1 more act. 4. At night, record the step you completed and the step you will take tomorrow. You may not skip. If you miss, you start again. 30 days without fail. At first, it will feel heavy, but by day 10, it will feel like iron forging in your chest. By day 30, it will feel like nature. This drill will not comfort you, but it will transform you. Now, speak these aloud. I do not wait for mood. I act by law. My discipline is my freedom. My will is my weapon. I obey today, and tomorrow obeys me. These are not charms. They are commands. And the self obeys the voice it hears most often. Repeat them daily, morning and night, until your own voice bends your nature to obey. Here's the bargain. Give me 30 days. 30 days of obedience to the Lord discipline. Write your aim tonight. Act tomorrow. Record it tomorrow night. Repeat until a habit is forged. Do this, and you will not recognize yourself. Ignore it, and you will join the millions who waste their lives watching others use a power they refuse to develop. Discipline is a master law. Ignore it, and drift will consume you. Obey it, and nothing can stop you. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is power. Discipline is a law that builds legends. Begin tonight.